According to the National Occupational Mortality Surveillance, or NOMS, veterinarians have among the highest suicide rates for all professions. Compassion fatigue is real, and for those who face it every day, it takes its toll.
Euthanasia is not an easy decision for anyone in any shelter ever. It's not something that they want to do. They don't go to work saying, I get to euthanize animals today. That's a burden that they take home with them every single day. So for those communities, is it you leave these animals outside to face uncertainty, whether again it's abuse or neglect, and it depends on the day. Some of our shelters may take in 6 animals today. If it's in the middle of summer, they may take over 80 animals a day. And if you don't have 80 people there the next day to adopt those animals, what do you do with them? When they have no other resources and they euthanize those animals so they can take in 50 more the next day, then they get flack from the community on why are you doing this to the animal. So compassion fatigue is huge in our industry because those people get it from both sides. They do this because they love animals and they want to make their community better, yet the community that they're helping also strikes back against them. So veterinary medicine is the only practice that euthanizes their patients. And so our veterinarians also have a huge burden of what to do best. And is it what to do best for that animal, what to do best for that shelter, what to do best for the community. So they face a lot of problems.
How do you deal with the compassion fatigue?
We are lucky to have the University of Tennessee right here in our backyard, and they have the veterinary social work program. We have an intern from that program every year that comes to help our staff with compassion fatigue. She stays here on site 3 days a week. They have access to her 7 days a week, as they have access to any of the veterinary social workers in the program. These are all social workers that are doing their masters in veterinary social work, and so they understand the needs of shelter workers. So we have them on staff because we know compassion fatigue is real.
Well, at the end of every leash or associated with almost every animal, there's a person. And so we specialize in the human side of things in the veterinary setting. And so that's really important for helping to create a place for people who are grieving about their animals to receive care, to feel like they're cared for. Veterinarians experience quite a bit of stress, and we're there to support the veterinarians with their stress.
You have to remember too that the same folks that are doing intake here are actually the euthanasia technicians. So they may have heard the story from the owner that's surrendering that animal 3 days ago, and then it's their turn to be in euthanasia. Try as we may, it never works out that they're not the person in here. So that's one of the biggest heartbreaks for them. For the staff, they clean these animals every day. They feed these animals every day. Of course it's a heartbreak. They get attached to them. No matter what you say, don't get attached, you're gonna get attached. You know that animal. You know that every time you walk up, he wags his tail because you're putting his food down for him. Or every time you walk to the cat's cage, he bats at you because he wants you to pet him. So those are sad.
You know, I see people loving animals, and I love animals, but all of these people that love animals, they need care too, and they don't get any care. So the genesis and the reason why we do this is to help animals through helping the people that have such pure hearts that really want to care for animals. They just deserve attention and care too, so that's what we do.